I might just buy it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even care. I'll see if it goes on sale, fine. But I might just buy it. It's probably what I'd play on stream. So since we're in the Thanksgiving-y mood, I thought that I would stuff myself full of my Steam wish list.
That sounds like something you don't want to stuff yourself with, but we'll go with it.
I was thinking that since we are at the point where we're probably going to be looking at game deals, like we mentioned a little earlier, it would be a good time to revisit our Steam wish lists and look at the 5 most recent entries to see why they are there. Alex, did you want to start us off?
Sure. I'll start off with my first DLC content item that's coming out the 28th. Which, again, same day as WoW Dragonflight. For any of you that play WoW, I don't think many of our listeners do, but, you know, good day to put a DLC for your game out to compete with Activision Blizzard. Great idea. Anyways, it's a new class for Inquisitor Martyr.
Oh.
It is Adeptus Sororitas, which is basically a Sister of Battle type character. So they're adding another female class. This one is closer to the Psyker, I believe, where they have faith powers.
Oh.
And combos with their weapons. It's interesting. I do want it. I probably could play it in their beta right now because I have access to that still. I just haven't. But that's coming out then. I don't know what the price is. I assume it'll be on sale at some point. Probably won't be too expensive, but I do want it.
Excellent. And coming out the same day as Dragonflight? That's perfect.
Yeah.
This is really turning out to be like a February 2023 kind of situation. I think that's the month where everybody's decided to put out all of their big releases. It's February or March. Like,
oh, okay.
Just stack them on top of each other, guys. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Very good marketing.
100%.
All right. So the first one, I'm going from like my earliest to my most recent for my 5. I have one on here called Plasma, which actually isn't coming out till Q1 of 2023. But I did want to keep an eye on it. So Plasma is an engineering sandbox. From the description, unleash your creativity with fun and intuitive robotics, physics, and visual programming tools. This looked really interesting to me, and kind of gave me almost a Satisfactory kind of vibe, but more from the actual robotics and programming angle, where you actually build robots and machines and then program them to do stuff, and some rudimentary like programming language that goes into it. In this landscape that you just kind of get to build and you get to control, and it will be coming to early access. It looked really colorful and fun, and if I do get it, I will probably be just trying to create my own Mars rover, because it looks like that's the kind of thing that you can do. It's just freeform building, hundreds of components, you get to scale and rotate, you paint, you can just customize every aspect of your machinery.
Sure. I'm not creative enough for those games.
Yeah. Well, see, I think that they realize that this might be a little bit too maybe heavy for a lot of people, so they do tout that it has a user-friendly visual programming tool. So that you can actually say, like, here's the output position, and then I just drag it to like what that actually does for like a mapper, and then I drag it to what that does. You know, this goes to this, goes to this.
It's like games that are like, you can build whatever you want. Like for spaceships, for instance, games that let you do that. It's like, cool, it's gonna look like a brick.
It's going to look like a brick. Well, you know, actually, from a structural standpoint, that's probably
bricks don't matter in space, I know.
Yeah. There's a reason why most of the time the successful kind of space capsules that they have are basically a tin can, because it's not very it's less to go wrong. you make it as rudimentary as you possibly can. That's why those Soyuz capsules ended up being used for so long, because they're so rudimentary, like nothing can go wrong on them.
Yeah, it's why we retired. I mean, things still go wrong, but it's why we retired the space shuttle, is because, well, you don't really need a reusable thing like this, one, you can have a rocket that costs millions cheaper.
Oh, yeah, a whole lot. And lighter and less components and everything.
Yeah.
And makes it much easier to get where you need to go.
Second DLC. I'm sure this will surprise nobody, but The Hunter, Call of the Wild.
Oh, boy.
I'm not sure when it's coming out, but they are releasing one. Get this, Nathan. They're releasing one called New England Mountains.
Oh my god, no.
It's a map based on New Hampshire and Western Maine.
Oh god. Oh, I might have to get that.
So it includes white-tailed deer, black bear, moose, which have been redesigned, and they now have great ones available for that. So there's 3 great ones on the map. It's got raccoons, I think it's got gray fox, maybe. Apparently those are native to New Hampshire, but they're further south.
Oh, okay.
As well. I wasn't sure. I've never seen one.
Yeah. Do they have red fox? Because
I think red fox too. Turkey, a couple ducks, and geese probably.
Ducks? Yeah, probably geese.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, this is my backyard. You gotta get this.
Yeah, you gotta get that one. Yeah.
I'm hoping there's a view of Mount Washington in it, because that would just make sense. It not specifically anywhere in New Hampshire that I'm aware of. I haven't figured that out yet. But it's based on the Appalachian Mountains in New Hampshire and Maine.
Got it.
So
very cool. That was actually like one of the big things I was hoping for when I originally got Hunter Call of the Wild. It's like, why don't they have one up here? This is perfect territory for this game.
Yeah, so they're coming out with that, and I'm like, ooh, this is exciting. I can hunt in my backyard.
Okay, so the next one I have is a little odd, but that's also how I am. But it's a game called I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. So, from the description, spend your teenage years on an alien planet in this narrative RPG with card-based battles. Explore, grow up, and fall in love. The choices you make and skills you master over 10 years will determine the course of your life and the survival of your colony. So, the look and feel of it has almost like a cartoonish element to it in terms of the way that it's designed. And there are indeed like randomized like card-based elements to it and dialogue trees that you get into people with scenes as you basically just try to, live, laugh, and love on an alien colony, and you also you get to actually move around a map and engage in challenges and stuff like that. It actually came out this year in August, and they're still doing some patchwork on it right now. But you get basically the choices you make you. You grow up on the first extrasolar space colony. Just growing up, just a regular kid on an alien colony. Good times.
First actual game on my wish list, currently, I added maybe yesterday because I saw it, is Final Fantasy 13, actually.
Final Fantasy 13?
Yeah, XIII. It is currently only $15 on Steam, and that is not a sale price, that is a market price.
That's the market price, yeah.
So I was like, well, if it's 15, if it goes on sale, I'll get it.
Right.
13, I think, did you play 13? I think with Lightning and the girls?
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
What did you think of that?
Okay, I'm gonna give you my spicy take.
Okay, I remember that the first 40 hours of it was a linear corridor.
30 hour, it's a corridor. It's the game where they, like, literally, after 30 hours, it really opens up.
And I'm used to that, because I've played other Final Fantasies. 10 was similarly a linear storyline up till it opens up. But I'm okay with that if the story is okay.
So, here's the thing. I didn't really engage a lot with the characters so much. Only because, like, when they said, like, yeah, after 30 hours it really opens up, I thought to myself, so basically I'm going through these corridors. Okay, I'm going to try to whip through these corridors so I can get to the open world part. And so the whole time I'm like, I'm just playing this so that I can get to, like, the good part throughout this entire thing. And then when I got to the open part, I'm like, oh, so now I'm just grinding out levels before I go to the end? Oh, why'd I do this? I don't know about this. Like the end experience is that there were a couple characters I kind of liked. and there were a lot of characters that were kind of annoying. Like Lightning and Snow's relationship and their constant like bickering between them. I'm like, guys, either get a room or kill each other. I don't know what I don't know, man. To be honest with you, the 2 games that followed up for the 13, I liked more. I didn't play a lot of Lightning Returns, which was the 13-3, but 13-2, where you got to play her Lightning sister, Sarah, and the other kid, was real cool because it had like this time-shifting mechanic where stuff you did in the past just translated to the future, and you could... It started with the idea of being open and going to different places, and kind of had a Pokemon system where you could capture monsters, because you only had the 2 characters that you really played, so you would round out your team with other monsters that you would level up to. 13, I don't know. For people who are used to the like Japanese RPG style, I think they get more out of it.
I'll probably pick it up if it goes on sale. 15 isn't a lot, but I'd like it for cheaper.
The next one on my list is called Asterigos Curse of the Stars. If that doesn't sound familiar at all, don't feel bad. You're not really supposed to know what that is. Originally, I saw this when I watched an Iron Pineapple video, because he would do these things that became incredibly popular. He did like Souls-like games you've never heard of, and he would play a whole bunch of them.
Okay, yeah. I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah. Those that get...
I played 30 more Souls-like games you've never heard of.
And they're fun, because he does go into, like, the whole thing and says, like, what he thinks about him, and they only garner him, like, millions of views immediately when he brings them out.
Games like Dark Souls or Souls-like are really popular.
They really are, and some of them I have actually played a little bit of, and I saw them and I was like, I don't know if that technically counts as a Souls-like game. But, okay, yeah, I guess it's tagged with it. But, anyway, Asterigos, Curse of the Stars, is, embark on a journey full of danger in this action RPG inspired by Greek and Roman mythologies, explore the breathtaking city of Aphis, and forge your way through legions of unique foes and mythical bosses to discover the truth behind the city's curse. So, the unique thing about this is immediately when I saw it, the look and the feel and even the character design, the lead character design, makes her look a lot like Phoenix from Immortals Rise of Phoenix, which was the Ubisoft game that came out that was kind of like their Breath of the Wild take. It's the red hair and like the Greek, look, and it's the gods and everything, sword and shield, that whole deal. This looked, however, a little bit more action-focused than any of the Souls-like games, and it has Greek and Roman mythology in it, which is more interesting to me. Also, fun thing about it is that it's a lot brighter than a lot of Souls-like games, because I've played way too many Dark Souls that just like the color gray a lot.
Yeah.
This one doesn't do this. This is actually very bright. The cities are colorful. The sun is out. Sun's out, guns out. There are no actual guns. I'm interested in what it has. You battle more than 60 different enemies, encounter 22 bosses in the main story and side quests, a lot of extra collectibles, New Game Plus, and you get to combine and change weapons on the go, and you can equip 2 different types of weapons at once and become unpredictable in combat. So you get a lot of combination options and customization. So thought that was a really interesting idea, and so I'm looking forward to that. Right now, it's like 35. Deluxe editions would be like 45, 55 for the Ultimate. So, yeah, I get it, but since Souls-likes are kind of hit or miss for me, I'll probably have to wait till it comes down a bit.
My second to last is a game called Against the Storm. I actually saw Patrick Leader tweet about it, and I checked it out, and it sounded interesting. It is a dark fantasy city builder where you must rebuild civilization in the face of apocalyptic rains. As the Queens of Viceroy, lead humans, beavers, lizards, and harpies to reclaim the wilderness and secure a future for civilization's last survivors.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
what kind of game is it?
So it's a city builder, city sim. It looks interesting. I haven't looked too deeply in it, but it looks kind of like the type of game I would enjoy for a bit, but also be very picky about.
Sure. Sure.
Because I do enjoy my city builders.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I've played my fair share too, and they are kind of hit or miss for me. But I'm always interested in a unique take on them.
Yeah. It's apparently a city builder meets a roguelite, is what it says on the page.
That's an interesting combination. I wonder, what is it about the roguelike? Oh, do you build the city and then it starts to collapse in on itself and you...
I'll read it, what it says. It says, experience core city builder gameplay enhanced by roguelite replayability. Build new settlements and collect valuable meta progression resources to upgrade the smoldering city. Recurring blight storms pose an inevitable threat to settlements, but they also reshape the world and open new opportunities for growth.
Oh, okay. So it's different every time you play, basically. Well,
apparently you can build an endless number of cities as well.
Oh, perfect.
So it looks interesting. Again, I haven't looked too deep into it because I tend to not unless they're on sale. Because I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I really need that game right now.
Right. Is it like a turn-based or is it a real-time?
It's RTS.
Okay.
So it's real-time.
I'll even fashion an interest in like the classic 4X turn-based stuff.
I don't typically like 4X. That's a bit too grand for me.
Okay, like the Civ stuff. You're not
Civ is probably the most 4X I'll go.
Okay. Fair enough. For anyone who does not know what 4X is, if I remember correctly, it's explore, exploit, expand, and exterminate.
Thank you. I could not remember the fourth X.
Yes.
So yeah, there's a lot of 4X games that are just meh. I mean, I think like Crusader Kings 3 is technically a 4X kind of game.
I guess so, yeah. So, my second to last, and this is one that I might just end up getting even if it's not on sale. I don't care. Bear and Breakfast.
I've seen this one. It looks interesting. I know Crave has thought it looked cute as hell.
Bear and Breakfast just looks amazing. So the concept is simple. Tagline: Bear and Breakfast is a laid-back management adventure game where you build and run a bear and breakfast, but you're a bear. That like right there. I don't know how you get any any more good stuff, any more win in a phrase. Yeah, so the art style is really great. I love this art style. It looks kind of cartoonish. It's got those heavy, like, black lines that really go along with like that cartoonish kind of art style. You get to be a bear. You have your little hat on. You're building your little bed and breakfast in the woods. You manage it, and you have like these wacky characters that show up. Yeah, this looks great. Fun characters that you get to play around with. As your business expands, so do the mysteries of the forest, and Hank, so your bear, soon finds himself uncovering a plot deeper than the wilderness itself. So yeah, you get to personalize your inn with guest rooms. You build out those rooms. They can be individually customized. You complete quests and storylines. Yeah, I mean, it's $20 regular price. I might just buy it. Like, I don't even care. I'll see if it goes on sale, fine. But I might just buy it. It's probably what I'd play on stream.
So the last one, I'm actually going to diverge from our wish list slightly because this game is not on Steam and it will not go on sale.
Oh.
It is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Oh.
I have seen a little bit. I know DC, our good friend, was playing it on stream the other day a bit. But new Pokemon games always interesting, and I know this one takes a lot more from the vibes of Arceus.
Yes.
As well, which is more open world and interesting in that way. So I'm like, all right, if this is what the new Pokemon games are going to be like, I'm curious and I would like to get it and play it. Because we've got a Switch, and I can play it on the nice big 70-inch TV downstairs we have in the living room now.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Absolutely.
But I was like, It's not going to go on sale, but maybe I'll ask for it for Christmas.
Yeah, maybe
Or
you'll
for my
get it.
birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether a family member or if Craig gets it for me or if I just get it for myself, it doesn't matter. I'll wait until after the holidays, because then if I get it, I get it. If I don't get it, I'll get it myself.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, new Pokemon games always interesting because I do enjoy them, and I want to see. I know we talked about Arceus before, and where they had taken a bunch of like the stuff that is core to like the mainline games
Yeah.
out and made it a lot more streamlined, which is nice for more casual gaming. But there's stuff in it that I wish they had kept for the more like competitive, not even competitive, just for the like stuff I enjoy doing in game. So I'm curious to see what they kept and what they got rid of and what they've done to the formula in this era. So
I'm glad that they're taking more of the position of like the Arceus sort of route, because Sword and Shield was very much like a mixed reaction to the way that they had presented that in so I'm kind of glad Arceus was much better received, I think, in the framework of it. So it's probably smart that they're trying to just learn from that and go forward with a new combination game. It also looked a lot like, I haven't seen a ton of it, but it looked a lot better than Sword and Shield looked. Like, just from a...
Probably just different art style.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Yeah, no, always like new Pokemon games, and I'm really happy that we're in the era where they finally have console versions of Pokemon games. It only took them like 25 years. So, last one for the day. My most recent entry on this list. Cat Lateral Damage Remeowstered.
Saw you post about that.
Yeah. The premier first-person destructive house cat simulator is back with a vengeance. Play as a mischievous cat. Swat your human's possessions onto the floor, scratch up curtains, smash precious keepsakes, and show your owner who's boss.
Perfect.
So, apparently in the original Cat Lateral Damage, there was like a timer, and you go around and you had to do as much damage as you could in the time frame, and now they actually have like an energy meter, so there's no time limit on it, essentially. So there is that. And yeah, the general idea is they have like this cel-shaded world where you just get to be a cat, you swipe with your paws, you can get up onto counters and shelves and stuff, you get into like stores and stuff, and you get to just bat stuff off of every single thing, unroll the toilet paper rolls if you want, there's a catnip rush, that's a special ability.
I feel like this needs to be a VR game.
Yes, it needs a VR. Maybe they made a VR version of it. I don't know if they have yet, but yes. So this looks like a lot of fun.
This is something you'll play on stream.
This is something that I'd end up playing on stream, and it looks like a terrible idea. It came out in 2021. I think the original game came out in like 2015, but they've done a lot of work on the graphics and the look, and just trying to make the game a little bit more functional. Tearing up curtains looks like a lot of fun. You get to see the little swipes and the little snicked kind of thing come across it. There's new tasks to complete, new pet photos, almost 300 now. Pet photos, revamped cat models, persistent stat boosts. A complete progression redesign. Yeah, this looks stupid, and I love it. And my favorite thing, too, I've been looking at this, I love the fact that they have almost the crash mode sort of thing from Burnout, where they tell you how much actual dollars in damage you've done.
That's great.
I love that. That's great. In case people don't know, like, by the time Burnout 2 or 3 came along, they had this thing called crash mode that you could do, where the idea was that they would give you a car, and you had to crash into an intersection, and there'd be like this giant, like, cinematic, almost Michael Bay element to it, where you had to see how many dollars in damage you could do in this intersection as you destroy everything with this one perfectly timed shot.
Because you just try to see how much damage you can inflict.
That was one of the best parts of the game. I love Burnout 3, one of my favorites. The other place where they did this, too, is in Saints Row. Saints Row,
they did.
Because they had the insurance fraud minigame, where you get to ragdoll into the intersection and see how many dollars in medical bills you rack up as cars hit you left and right.
Great.
So there's that. Anyway, yeah, so that was the last one that was on my list.
Honorable mention, Dwarf Fortress comes out early December as well.
Talking about that, yeah.
Between now and the new year, I'll probably get at least one of these. If I were to pick one that I wanted above all else, it would probably be Pokemon. I can wait for the rest to go on sale. Pokemon doesn't typically go on sale.
Right. Me, Bear and Breakfast. Because I'd actually play the hell out of that. I would not be able to stop. I guess my honorable mentions I would put out before I finish is that 3 that I played during the Steam Next preview are on there out of all of the games that I tried. Forever Skies, Earth from Another Sun, and Potionomics are all on my list right now. What is on your most recent 5? If you are listening out there on either your Steam, your GOG, whatever you happen to be using for your system, please let me know. I'd be interested to see what you are looking forward to as we come to the end of 2022.